So another little bite-sized session. Actually, this one is literally with a bit of bite. It's more high-intensity Pilates, if that's not a contradiction in terms, that really draws on my experience of barre over the past year. It goes without saying, therefore, that for this session, we will need a barre, back of a chair, any top that's lovely and stable, Pilates ball, if you have one, don't worry if you don't, and hand weights if you want to get a little bit of extra resistance work through your session. So let's start. We'll just stand in our lovely Pilates stand, take the feet out, hip width apart, draw the tailbone under, tuck the abdominals into the spine. We're just going to draw the shoulders up to the ears and circle them down your back. So big circles, or increasing the size of those circles each time. Maybe taking more of the arm, and if you've got space, maybe even start circling your arms. If you don't have space, pop your hands on your shoulders and do some nice big circles. And then start making them even bigger. So if you are using your arms folded, you can bring your elbows in and you're almost trying to touch the shoulder blades together as you take the arms around. And we're going to go back round the other way again, if you prefer to have those arms lovely and long. And then we'll take them smaller, really making sure that our work is really going on in the shoulder blades, and smaller until you come to a standstill. Draw the shoulder blades together, tailbone is tucked under. Draw the abdominals in, send the left hand away, bend your knees, take the left arm over for a side bend. Make sure your knees are bending over your middle two toes, stretch over, send the right arm up nice and slowly. Nice and slow as you drag it through thick mud. Hold onto your wrist. Pull over a little bit more for a little bit more of an extra stretch. Abdominals drawn in. Come up to the top. Straighten your legs. Arms down. We'll go again on the other side. Draw the abs in. Bend your knees. Send the right arm away. Palm faces up as you send it over your head. Reach it over. The left arm is hanging. Knees just gently bent. Send that left arm lovely and slowly up towards the right arm. Palm facing up. As you get to the top, hold on to the right wrist. Reach over for a little bit of an extra stretch. Draw the arms up, tuck the tailbone under, and draw those arms back down. And then take the legs a little bit wider. Couple of circles one way, couple of circles the other way as we circle in the hips, to be more specific. Then with those legs lovely and wide, draw the abs in, send the tailbone behind as you fold in the waist. Draw your shoulder blades together, and I want you to almost feel as if you could put a plate, a knife and fork, and a glass of bubbly or something to drink on your back, and it'd be lovely and flat. Bend your knees over the middle two toes and up, down and up. Your hands on your waist as you come down and up. Couple more times. 3 more, 2 more, and 1. As you come to the top there, reach your arms away, come back. Reach your arms away. So really starting to just warm up before we go into our session. And another one, hold it out. Your arms each side of your ears, reaching away. Now if you're a bit stiff in your lower back, just bend your knees a little there or lower your hands. Just go with how you feel this session. Really nice. And then come down, bend your knees, pop one hand on top of the other, and just pulse your hands through the legs. Really starting to feel a release in the hamstrings as we do another few more of these. Another 2 and 1. Take hold of your ankles. Draw the chest down to the inside of your legs there. for a few more breaths. Bend the knees slightly, draw the abdominals in, roll the back up through to standing, and heel toe the legs back together. We're now going to take our bar. With the bar on my left, I'm going to take a little hand weight. The one I use is just 1.5 kilos. You can go as light or as heavy as you want. See how you feel and what sort of workout you want. You're going to pop your feet, your heels together, draw the inside of your thighs together, tailbone tucked under. Breathe in, and on the out breath, we're just going to come down and up. So to feel the calves stretching a little there. So we're just sending the tailbone down towards the heels. So don't want to bend too much, just see how you get on. It'll depend on how warmed up you are and how flexible you are. Shoulder blades drawn together. A few more times. And 2 more. And 1. We're going to hold it there, and we're just going to pulse the knees out to the side. Just small little pulses. Drawing the butt cheeks together, shoulders to get blades together behind you, and the abdominals drawn in. As you do another 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're going to come up. You can hold on to the bar if you want, but we're going to come down, come up, step out and down. So we come in and out, in and out. Let's go. And this time, take the arms out and in front. One arm out and to the side. Really making sure that those moves are nice and even. If you prefer to pop your hand on your thigh rather than the back of the chair, then you do that. Another 2, another 1, hold it there. Draw the abdominals in. Maybe come down a little bit lower. Little circles with that arm. Just small little circles, and then round the other way. Another 2, another 1. Pop your hand on the bar if you wish. You're going to come back into a little curtsy and a bicep and out. Bicep and out. When you bring the arm in, bring the top half of your arm really close to your torso, elbow coming into your waist. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Come over to the curtsy. Take the arm above your head as we do some small pulses from here. Just small bend in the elbow and small little bends at the same time in the knees. We're going to do 5, 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Really nice. We're going to come this time to face our bar. We're going to pop the weight in the back of our right knee. Before we do that, let's check how far we are from the bar. So you want to stand so that when you fold over in the waist, your elbows are on the bar without having to come forward or without having to struggle to reach, okay? So it's about the length of your torso. Pop the weight in the back of your knee. Fold forward in the waist. Now I know you're gripping the bar for dear life. You're going to flex the back foot and bend the front knee. Your foot is parallel facing forward, just over those middle 2 toes. Okay, draw the abdominals in, draw the abs in, bring the knees together, breathe in on the out breath, send that leg behind you, bring it in, send your leg behind and bring it in. Now keep your hips square with the bar, and when you send the knee behind you, go as far as you can, really feel a squeeze in that right glute. If you can't feel it yet, we'll keep going. Hopefully you will at some point, but squeeze when that leg goes back and come back. Now, I'm just going to show you, if you're doing this, then your leg will go higher, but a few things are not right, but the most dangerous thing is you're at risk of losing your weight and not taking that tension and that work into the right glute. Let's do another 2 and 1. Now take it's as far back as you can there behind you, and we're going to pulse. So your foot is flexed. I find it's better to hold the weight in your knee if your foot is flexed, plus the work will go into your glute. And send the heel almost up to the ceiling. As we pulse again for 5 more. And 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Knee to knee, come up into a releve, so up onto the toes. If this isn't right for you, then stay with your foot flat on the mat or on the floor. Breathe in, out, send that leg behind and in again. Take it out. Now it's quite possible you're feeling this in the standing leg, either instead or as well. And that's perfectly fine. And that's the bar influence, where I think working your glutes and your legs at the bar, using Pilates principles, but it's just such an awesome workout for your legs. Let's do 3 more. And 2. And 1. Take it behind as we did before, and we pulse. Take the knee up behind you, take the heel, almost pulse the heel towards the ceiling. Already feeling a little bit of a shake on my standing leg. As we do 5 more little pulses. Squeeze your butt cheek there. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knee down just before it comes to the other knee. Take it out to the side and in. Out to the side and back in. So draw the abs and keep your hips square with your bar. As you do another 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. And we do little circles. Send the knee around to the back for small circles. And another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Bring the knees down. Take the foot to the floor. Take your weight. We'll do a little release stretch in a second. Let's take the bar the other side. So we'll start in our first position, drawing the inner thighs together, tucking the tailbone under, drawing the abdominals in. Arm can hold the weight, but just leave it by the side. As you come down and up, you just start taking the knees in a little demi-plie over the middle 2 toes. And you want to keep the chest proud. You want to feel an elongation of the head up to the ceiling as you come down and up for another 4 more times. Another 2 and 1. You're holding it down there, and you just take the knees out to the side just a little bit as you just pulse. Feel it in your glutes there. Squeeze your butt cheeks as you pulse for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Really, really nice. This time we're going to take it out to the side and in. Out to the side and in. Keep going. As you go out to the side, and in a second we will add on our arms. Arm out to the front, to the side and out. As I feel my grippers not very grippy this evening, you may see my foot in these sliding out a little bit too far. Let's go for 3 more, 2 more, and 1 more. And we hold it there. Draw them, tuck the tailbone under. See if you can even come down a little bit lower with the tailbone as we do little circles with our arm here. A few more circles in this direction. Go back round the other way. Few more times. Last 2. Last 1. You can take your bar. You're going to come into the curtsy and we do a little bicep curl and out. Little bicep and out. Lovely. Out. Out to the side as I glide. Draw that upper arm into your torso here and then bring your weight up with control. Let's do 3 more, 2 and 1. Hold it behind in your curtsy. Send the arm up above as we do few pulses here. So small bends in the knees and the arm is up alongside our ears with some small bends at the same time in our elbow. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you know what's next. Let's come to the bar. This time the weight is in the other leg. So as before, setting up nice and quickly, both feet are facing forward, abs joining, shoulder blades back. When you bend in the waist, you want your elbow or your forearm reaching onto the back of your chair or whatever your substitute is for the bar. You want to bend that standing leg over the middle 2 toes and come over. Draw the abs in, shoulder blades together, flex your foot, knee to knee and up behind. So bring it in knee to knee and really reach behind. As before, your 2 hip bones really staying square with your bar. And if you're doing that, then you won't be able to take your leg out very far. And I'll just show you, if my hips are coming out of position, then I could take my leg really up high, but that's not the goal. The goal is to take that leg back and work really into the glute. Okay, on that left side. So draw the abs in, send that leg back, keep that foot flexed. So you want to almost feel as you can try and touch the ceiling with your heel as you do 4, 3, 2, 1. You've got it there behind you and we pulse. And we pulse. Really feeling that work this time into the glutes. Maybe feel it a little bit quicker than on the other side because you also worked this leg as the standing leg on the other side. So we pulse for 5. You've got it, nearly there for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the knee to knee. Come up into a releve position on that right foot. And we go again. So this time, carry on that work in on that left side, but increasing the weight, increasing the work on the right. Keep going. Really nice. Really Feeling it now as we do 5 more. And 4. And 3, 2, you've got it on the 1, hold it up there, make sure you're at your end of range there as you pulse that knee, small little pulses, as you envisage the heel going up to the ceiling and just a small pulse back. Keep going, squeeze that left glute, feel the work in the glute on the standing leg as you do 5 more pulses, and 4, 3, 2, 1. Knee comes in just before it comes to the other knee, you take it out to the side and in. And just like going out to the back, you don't want it out too far up because you want to keep your hips nice and stable. As you take it out and back, we're going to do 4 more. And 3, and 2, and 1. Hold it there. Take the circle, circle behind with the knee, and circle for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down, take the weight safely, maybe pop it on the floor. Take the one foot in front of the other and bend down, stretch through your hamstrings. So you can just bend forward, sending the chest to the top of your thigh. Breathe into that stretch. So you draw up, swap. Swap the leg over and come down. Drawing the chest to the top of the thigh and breathe. And then you can use your bar, take your heel, one heel, ankle onto one knee and come down into a little figure 4 stretch, release out in the hips and the glutes. So keep that back stretched and swap. Well done, awesome work. We're now going to take our hand weights and take our ball. Let's do a little bit, you can park or pop, whatever you've been using for a bar, to one side. You're going to take your ball and take your weights. And come to the wall. Now, I'm actually going to take these socks off because, as you saw, I was sliding earlier and so I've taken my socks off. As you saw earlier, I was sliding and we don't want any comedy moments on film. So you place your back of your hips nice and firmly on the floor, on the ball, and pop the ball in between your knees. Really draw on that ball and your legs go out as far as you can, so your knee and your hip are lovely and level. So you can slide down the wall, feet lovely and firm on the floor. And when you get into this position, if you're not comfortable with weights as well, if you haven't got a small table or maybe just have 2 weights in one hand, as you notice for this one, I'm using slightly lighter weights for that reason. I've got my shoulder blades against the wall, the back of my hips against the wall. Just want to start engaging my inner thighs, checking that my feet are not going to slide away and I'm nice and stable against the wall. And when I feel that I'm comfortable there, I'm going to take my right arm up for a little port de bras, keep squeezing on my ball and swap. Keep squeezing on the ball as we go, alternate arms. One arm comes down, the other arm goes up. Both arms down. Keep a continuous squeeze on the ball as you take both arms up. Keep the squeeze on the ball. Keep breathing for 5 more breaths here. And 4. And 3. Keep squeezing on that ball. And 2. And 1. One arm comes down. And then the other arm. This time lift up the right heel and lower. Lift up the left heel and lower. Let's do a bit of coordination. So lift up the right heel and the left arm and lower. So opposite heel and opposite arm. Let's keep going there for 2 more on each side. You may start feeling a little bit of shake there in your quads. 1 more each side. Really nice. Both heels down. This time take both heels up. When you're nice and firm, you're in a nice releve, both arms up. Squeeze on the ball. Little pulses this time. For 5 pulses. For 4. For 3. For 2. And 1. One arm down, the other arm down, both heels. Nice shaking going on for me. Take the weights in both hands. Push away nice and safely from the ball. Let's do a release stretch out in the quads. Take your leg behind, press the foot into your hand as you draw the knee behind, stretch and releasing out at the front of your thigh. And then again on the other side, take your hand, hold the foot, don't pull the foot to your bottom, just draw the leg behind so the knee goes behind and you can feel a lovely stretch down the front of your upper thigh and your quadriceps there. A few more breaths, relax off. Okay, so now we're going to come down to the mat. Now you may prefer to do this without the weight, so see how you get along, but otherwise we're going to have a weight on each side. We're going to come up tall, shoulders back and down. Breathe in, take the chin to your chest. Keep the abs drawn in. Now the weights are going to want to pull you down a lot quicker, but draw the abs in to really use the engagement so you come down 1 vertebra at a time. Keep the knees reasonably soft. So as you come towards the bottom, bend your knees. We're going to walk forward with our weights. Now, if you've got, it all depends on the shape of your weights. You may not be able to have your hands on your weights like this. If not, then take them away and go without. Going to breathe in. Now you're using your core here because the knees are hovering. So draw the abdominals in. We're now going to come over to the side. Draw one arm up and down. Over the other side. Draw one arm up and down. I'm going to do 4 more. And 3. And 2. And 1. Now you're back in your knee hover. Walk your hands forward into a plank. Don't hesitate bringing your knees down if this isn't comfortable for you. We're going to draw our arms up into a row. You can do this with your knees on the ground as we keep going. For another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Walk the hands back, come down into a hover. Just hold it there for a few more breaths. And then take your knees to the floor. Take your hands off your weights and come back into a child's pose. Reach the arms forward. Forehead comes down towards the floor. Come back up. We're going to come over onto our side. We're going to take one hand weight in front of us here. Shoulders, elbows under the shoulders, knees down towards the bottom corner of our mats. Draw the abdominals in. I want you to really feel a lift from the underside here. Got your weight here in your hand. Up, down with the hand, and up, down, up. Really nice. Let's do 6 more. And 5, and 4, and 3. Really make sure those hips are staying lifted for 2, and 1. Hips to the floor, weight to the floor. Send your arm away. Head lying on your arm. Pop the weight onto the top of your thigh, outside of your thigh, and we lift and we lower lift and lower. As we do 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1, just a few pulses there. Another 5 and 4, 3, 2, 1. Send the legs straight, lower and lift. We're going to lower that leg and lift. Really nice work. Really nearly finished on this one side now. So we lift and lower for another 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Take the leg up. We're just going to pulse up against our weight, keeping those hips nice and stacked, and then bend and stretch. Bend, small little bend in your knee and reaching away as if there's a piece of string wrapped around that big toe and it's being pulled in that opposite direction for 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower, bend the knees, and we're going to come up into a mermaid stretch. Reach over and over the other way. Take your weight, come over onto the other side, torso parallel with the mat, elbow underneath your shoulder blades, neatly stacked. Draw the abs in, hoist up, take it down and up. Really keep the hips lifted off the floor, pulling the underside of the waist closest to the mat. Draw it up off the floor. You've got this for 4 more. And 3 and 2 and 1. And come down nicely, reaching the arm away. Pop the weight on the outside of your thigh as you lift and lower. Lift and lower. For 4 and 3 and 2 and 1, and pulse. Pulse up the top there. For 5 more pulses, and 4 and 3, 4 and 3, 2, 1. Send the leg out straight. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. Really nice work. Let's do 6 more. And 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Little pulses, just nearly there. Stay with me. Just 4 more pulses. You've got this. 3, 2, 1. Bend and stretch. Nearly there. See the finishing line? That's it. And 6, 5. Keep going as we do our last 3 and 2 and 1. Well done. Come up. Let's do a little side stretch there. Come back over onto our fronts. Take your weights. Pop them on both sides. Arms reaching away. Press your hips into the floor. Send your legs away. Keep them lovely and relaxed. Draw the abdominals into the spine. Neck nice and long. Face down, hovering. Draw the abs in, breathe in. On the out breath, you lift. Press up on the weights if it helps. Come down. Weights lift. Come up. Down. Lift your weights. So breathe in, come up on the out breath, come down, head hovering, weights lift up, breathe in, out, up and down and lift. Let's do 3 more, working with your breath, nice and precise movements. Breathe out, come down and lift. breathe out, come down and lift. 2 more, breathe out as you lift, come down and bring those weights up. And last one. Really nice stuff. Press the hands each side of your shoulder blades, push up, take the heels each side just to the inside of the mat, press the chest down in between your knees, but pressing away with the hands. We want to go into our shoulders here. So with the heel of your hands, press into the mat and press down. If you're not quite getting it, bring your bottom up a little higher and take the arms forward and press down. And play with it a little bit until you get a really nice stretch into your shoulders. Take the heels further back onto your bottom, further back onto your heels, forehead onto the mat. Circle the arms around, palms facing up. Take a few breaths there and you're done.